It's the Cold Steel Trail Boss. Let's get into it, guys. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wes, Dave, and we are Midgard Axe. How's everybody doing? How's everybody been? Guys, it's been a crazy weekend. I want to say thanks to everybody for all the shout outs and the warm wishes for me and my wife. She gave birth to our daughter Freya on Saturday, so thanks so much for everybody's support. We did have a little bit of an issue Saturday with my wife. She lost a little bit too much blood when she was giving birth, so she gave us a real scare there for about 6 hours. So if I didn't get back to anybody after I posted that one post, everything was fine, and then it kind of just went downhill from there. So I haven't looked at anything anybody's posted yet. I saw the stuff coming in, but it's just been a crazy weekend. But thanks to everybody for the warm wishes, support, all that good jazz. Thanks so much. So we're back. Yes, we are back in business, and like I told you guys, we got the Cold Steel Trail Boss. Cold Steel Trail Boss. Okay, so let's get into this thing, and I'll tell you what I think about it so far. And before we get into this, I'm just going to point out, guys, it's raining again. Dave. We ain't done yet. All right, guys, so before we get into it, I just want to let everybody know it's raining again. It is what it is. At this point in time, I'm just going to keep rolling with it. I had to take a break when I was filming, throwing this thing because it started pouring. Then it was raining. I just kind of got over it. But I will say this, it gave me another look and a reminder of how much polyurethane on wood handles suck. Guys, you know how much I hate polyurethane on handles, and the Cold Steel Trail Boss comes with polyurethane on its handle, okay? The handle is coming in, it's supposed to be coming in at 28 inches. Mine came in at 27 1/4. So we got 3/4 lost in somewhere in there. So that's not a big deal. That's kind of, for me, it's normal. I've dealt with a lot of axe handles and stuff. So it's pretty normal to get something that says it's something and then it's off a little bit. But this one's 27 1/4, 3/4, almost an inch. So, but anyway, 27 1/4, it is, it says on here, genuine hickory. So it is a hickory handle. And guys, I will tell you this, we got vertical grain on the knob, which is kind of cool for the price of this axe. So we'll see. I will tell you that I have been beating this handle up, and I think it's going to be a good handle. We'll see. I'm not going to give you my opinion on it just yet, but so far the handle's held up. It's been pretty good. But polyurethane, guys, is horrible. When the handle gets wet and it's got polyurethane on it, you might as well be just trying to throw this with Vaseline on your hands, okay? It's worse. Then when it dries and it stops raining and the handle dries up and you put your hand on it, it's like glue now. So every time you try to throw it, it's sticking to your hand, okay? So, of course, polyurethane needs to go, okay? That needs to go. Okay, so the knob down here is pretty decent. They give you this little notch down here, which isn't bad. I'm probably gonna do something with the bottom of this. I don't care for that, so that's what you get down here. The handle down here at the bottom, it does have a hook, as you can see, and the flare down here is not big at all. There's not much of a flare down here. It's pretty much the same width all the way down the handle, so that's kind of nice. I don't like huge flared knobs at the bottom. This one does not come with one. Getting into the seatment of this axe. As you can see, guys, we've got a ton of stuff down here. I mean, the shoulder's all the way down here. This thing could be moved down really far, but guys, I'll be honest with you and tell you that we're looking at maybe an 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches to go down to this shoulder. So you're talking about losing almost 2 inches of length if I take that down. So now you're looking at maybe around a 25-inch axe instead of a 27. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I might bring it down, but I'll tell you this. When I got this axe, before I started throwing it, this eye was not coming out of the axe eye, the head. It was not coming up. As you can see, it's coming up now, which means that the axe head is starting to move down. It's usually what happens when you throw axes, okay? Maybe if you had chopped with this, you may not have had that problem, but throwing, it's gonna start moving down, okay? And you do have a ton of room down here to work with, so if this thing was to come loose, you have a ton of room to work with down here, so that's kind of cool, but I am starting to get some movement coming down, okay? They did seat the head with 2 steel barrel wedges. You can see them in there, there's 2 of them. And they used, I probably would assume they used a hickory wooden wedge in there as well. So it's not loose at all. It's not moving. There is a slight gap in here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. There is a slight gap in there. Okay, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, but that it is present. And getting into the head. The bit length is 4.5 inches. So you got a 4.5 inch bit, big bit, nice bit. It does have a nice cutting profile, okay? It's a very nice cutting profile here. And let me show you what's already happened. Let me put this on here and make sure I don't cut myself. Yeah, please, for the love, stop putting these on axes. I gotta do this all the time. You guys already know, but I gotta go do this all the time. Stop putting the rubber bit covers on an axe, okay? Come on, Cold Steel. Come on, give us a sheath. Okay, anyway, so if you guys can tell, looking at this axe, and I will show it to you here, it does have a slight kick to it. And I will say that it's probably, actually it is the forging. It's not the way it's hafted, it's the forging, which isn't bad. It's basically, it's kicked like this, okay? It's got a slight kick to it. You probably see it. Let me get out of the way, see if you can see that. But yeah, there's a slight kick to it, but it is manageable. It's not bad enough to toss. I mean, anybody could use this. It's still manageable, it's still workable, so we're not gonna complain about it too much. I do like the head design. It reminds me of the German axe heads, like the still. It's oddly kind of shaped like the still. Yeah, but anyway, it's got a nice cutting profile. The pole on the back isn't bad. It does have a little bit of a wonky back here. I can square that up. That's not a big deal, but all in all, it's not a bad pole on the back. Like I said, I do like the design on the head. It kind of looks like the still. But other than that, guys, not a bad axe, as you can see from the throwing videos I'm going to put in here. Guys, I hate throwing axes with polyurethane handles on them. I just hate it. If it's not slipping out of your hand because it's wet, then it's sticking to your hand after it dries. I stepped back and I only did single rotations with this because I am not going to throw this with polyurethane on it and do a double rotation. That's going to be in the next video. In the next video, I'm going to take all this polyurethane off, and then I'm going to feel comfortable throwing it for a double rotation. Guys, this thing sticks to my hand way too much. It was too slippery, and I didn't want to break the axe handle. It just wasn't worth it to me. I'll just wait to the next video, take this off, and do some more throwing. But all in all, guys, it's not badly weighted at all for throwing. Of course, all the weight's up here. This is a really thick handle. If you guys can see this or not, but I've got a lot of thinning to do in here. I mean, my finger's not even coming close. I mean, I've got almost 3/4 of an inch between here that this handle's just real thick, okay? And it does have a very, very straight profile down. There's not much of a hook until you get down here, but this thing does need to be thinned down. But yeah, the handle, guys, I'd rather wait and thin this thing down and get this polyurethane off before I start stepping back and really testing this handle with double rotations, okay? So that's why I only stuck with single rotations, and I did throw some one-handed throws in there with this too. It was horrible. I'll be honest with you guys, it was horrible throwing this. But not because it's a bad weighted axe or it's a bad axe. It was just that polyurethane, guys. It does something to me. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't do anything to you, but to me, polyurethane on handle will almost ruin my experience with the axe. But I'm smart enough to understand that that doesn't discount everything about the axe. I just need to fix it. It needs some work. Here's what I want you guys to do in the comment section. If this thing doesn't move down anymore, okay, I'm gonna throw it some more, I'm gonna work on the handle. Let me know if you want me to move this down, this head down, okay? If you would rather have the head moved down to where it should be sitting, and you're okay with losing the length, let me know. If you want me to leave it alone, let me know, okay? If it starts moving down too much, guys, I'm gonna have to take it off and reseat it, because I can't have it moving around like that. It's just not, I can't leave it like that. It's not gonna work for me. Like I said, we did have some movement, and this eye is coming out now of the axe head, but it's not loose. So let me put in the comment section, what do you want to see? Do you want to see this thing move down, or do you want me to leave it where it is and see what happens, and we'll go from there, okay? Ed, I have not forgot about you, man. Ed was the winner of the Cobalt Hatchet. Kind of got busy with life, my daughter being born. I haven't had a chance to send it out yet, so I'll get it out to you this week. I did get your email, by the way, with your address, so I'm going to send it to you this week, okay? But guys, we're gonna do some cool changes to this. I think what I'm gonna do with some of these axes, not with all of them, but with some, I'm gonna start putting a little bit more of my flavor into these axes. Maybe do some cool designs into the woodwork with my wood burner, if the handle proves itself. Maybe doing some different designs in the head, so that way you guys aren't getting a plain Jane axe. Maybe I'll put a little bit of my flavor into some of these axes. And I think this one right here, I got a really cool idea, but we'll see. I'm gonna throw this a little bit more, do some changes to it, of course. I'm not gonna tell you what changes I'm gonna do this one yet. So you're gonna come back for part 2 to see what changes I get into this. So guys, if you have any questions or comments or any information on this axe that you want to give me, put it in the comments section. I don't have a ton of experience with the Trail Boss, other than what I've seen online and what my experience has been so far for throwing, and just some of you guys know out there. When I do axe reviews, I do them for throwing. I don't do them for chopping or splitting, okay? So people coming in, if you're new, all of my axe reviews are dedicated to taking work axes, regular axes, and throwing them. So it may not line up with your views on what the axe is intended for and how I use it, but that's just what I do. I throw work axes, okay? So that's what this channel is about. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate everybody's support. I really appreciate all the warm wishes and everybody, wishing me and my wife, speedy recovery, and her speedy recovery, and the baby's doing great. I appreciate everybody's support. I really do. I'll be honest with you, I really haven't checked much, so I don't know what we're up to subscriber-wise, but thanks for all the new people coming in. Thanks for taking a chance on me. I hope I don't disappoint, and let's see what happens with this axe. Go into part 2, make some cool modifications to it, and we'll see what happens. So until next time, guys, see ya. Thanks, Dave. He does nothing. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think they keep putting these bit covers on here? I think they're just being cheap. Yeah, junk. I think it's just junk. Dave kept the fort down while we were gone. He did a good job. He just stared at everybody, and they just didn't even look at him. Just drove right past. He has that death stare, the glare. People ride by and are like, ugh. See how it goes. It is a little moving down up there, but we'll see. Like always, guys, let's find out. Let's see.